number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep.
Heffron and Reep.
Rated #1 podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for real. It says it right here.
Hey, everybody! What is going on? It's Jon Reep here, and you're about to watch and or listen to an all-new live Heffron and Reep show. I'm only half of this program. My buddy, my co-host, my partner in crime, John Heffron, will be joining us in just a second. I want you to know we're live. It's Monday, February 21st, 2022. And I can see some comments. We've already got 5 comments up here. We'll get to those in a minute. What's up, Tammy, Michael, Sonia, Bruce, Andy, Shane, Flint? Welcome to the show. We got a good one today. We're going to have a guest. Greg Warren's going to be on the show here in a little bit. But real first, I just want to give you a big shout out to everybody who came to see me in Richmond, Virginia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We packed the house. We had a good time. Saw a lot of old friends and new friends. My next gig will be in High Point, North Carolina at the High Point Theater. That's this coming Saturday, February 26th. You can get your tickets at heffronandreep.com. Check that out. I'm going to read you some comments from last week. Actually, not last week, because last week we did a very special Heffron and Reep. It was a Valentine's Day episode. I had my girl. John had his girl. So we ignored your comments because we didn't want y'all being mean or hateful to our lady friends. So we just ignored you in case. So I apologize there. But I see you now, Melissa and Michael and Ron and Chris from PA and Danny Jackson and Robert Small. But here's some comments from the week before. Benjamin Huffman. You know what? You know what I should do, the Ellen Jackson? I'm going to go ahead and have our co-host join us. Then I'll read these comments with him. Plus, I want to know where he was and what he's doing. Let's get John Heffron up in here. It's Heffron and Reep show, man. Where's he at? There he is.
I cannot not talk without this. Sorry, I did it anyway. It's your show. I apologize.
How are you, bud?
I'm doing wonderful. Nice to see you. Was in Atlanta this weekend
at the Punchline Comedy Club.
Punchline Comedy Club.
Now,
Good
we've
shows.
been going there for a long time. That's the comedy club that's in a diner, pretty much.
It's in a diner. So
And,
there's that,
yeah.
but you can kind of tell it was nice. The shows were busy, but at the club's good. Had good shows. I did something that I've not ever done on stage before.
Ooh, do tell.
Besides get a laugh. Well, no, this isn't true. I have not done this on stage in probably 30 years. Used to do it all the time.
Okay.
But I did something that I can't remember last time I did it.
Now, do I get to guess?
Yeah, I don't know how I would make the guessing easy.
Yeah.
It was
Did you pull someone on stage from the crowd?
Did not pull somebody on stage. I'll just tell you what it was.
Okay.
So I've been watching. I know you have not got a chance yet to watch any of Jack Reacher.
No, I've been hearing about this, though. I should see
He
it.
goes in, and I'm maybe repeating myself, but what he does is he goes in each city, and he doesn't have luggage or suitcase, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to Salvation Army and he buys clothes there, and then he wears them, whatever, and then he tosses them, and then and then he leaves.
I love that.
So I get into town for the show, and I just didn't feel like showering, and I didn't feel like unpacking, and I'm just wearing just t-shirts, a t-shirt, jeans, and my hat on backwards, how I have it now. And I just kept looking at the clock going, I have to get ready for the show, but I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
Just don't have it in me And I went on stage with a crappy t-shirt and a hat on backwards. And the whole time I felt unprofessional. I felt like I took off my hat once and just sweat flew all over the place. It was gross. But one of the comics, the guy Landry, I would say who was featuring, he goes, dude, you were really comfortable. That's the real, or the MC. She goes, that's the John Heffron, like that's what John Heffron is. It's just the t-shirt and hat guy.
And that started from Reacher, you think, or just out of
yeah. I was like, I'm just done. I'm done. Like I'm like, I can't imagine getting out a dress shirt, ironing it, then spraying that no wrinkle stuff, and then doing all that, and then you show up and you're at a diner at a thing, like, who cares? Nobody cares. Why do I care?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Well, okay. I agree. I've been wearing a t-shirt and jeans for a long time.
Yeah.
But there was a time where I would get the iron out. Dude, I would get starch. I'd put it on the jeans. I'd put starch on I had long sleeve button up shirt, and I tried really, really hard to look like dress up a little bit. But I don't do that anymore just because it's a lot of work, and I sweat anyway, and I get hot.
Right.
But I do have a routine though. So did this mess up your routine of getting,
ready?
Like an hour before showtime, I got to get this going. I got to drink this coffee. I got to make sure.
I used to iron. So I had a whole system. So I had so even if I was on a flight for 2 hours, I'd always have brand new underwear for every show.
Yeah.
Brand new everything. So
I
have to,
that.
So underwear, socks, I would lay them out. And then I used to iron for 10, 15 years, I bet, to the same song.
Was it by Iron Maiden?
It was from Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Okay. Staying Alive?
I'm not looking at my phone to pull up, but the super slow song. And you come to me on a summer breeze. Keep you warm and I love. How deep is your love?
How deep I love it. Yeah, it's a great song.
And I would just
so that's what got you ready for the show. It's a little slow for a pre-show song. Let's hold it for a minute because I want to ask Greg Warren that question when he gets on here.
Okay.
I want to know his routine. You got 3 comedians on here, but I like to find out these little things. But I want to read some comments from the week before last, so these people know we're not ignoring them like every week. Benjamin Huffman said, "Hey, John, can you shout out to Vanessa Kaiser? She's my girlfriend." Now, John, I think he spelled it John. I think he's talking about you. Can you just say hello, Vanessa Kaiser?
I'm giving a shout out too because my internet sputtered out right there, so I didn't see the name. But I'm looking through. I see people saying, "Are you really in Australia, or is that just a random comment?" Oh, those are people having conversations.
They're talking to each other at this point. I'm telling you, this
shows I'm reading these. So shout out to whoever I'm supposed to give a shout out to, but I can't find it on here. So
no, I was reading something from 2 weeks ago, John, not the current chat. Yeah. I'm reading comments from 2 weeks ago, so they know even if we don't get to their comments right now, that next week we might do it. So, but then you saw Benjamin Huffman, who was also commenting at this moment right now. So that's what threw you up for a loop. But anyway, shout out to Vanessa. Also, Eric McKenzie said, "Dude, you need to come to Tulsa. You are on my top 5 comics." So, John, do you have any plans to go to Tulsa? This is from Eric.
Eric, I have no plans to go into Tulsa anytime soon. Maybe I can convince Mr. Jon Reep that we can do one of these Heffron and Reep things somewhere fun.
I haven't been to Tulsa in a long time, but I am currently booked there. I just got a gig not long ago offered to me for April 22 through 23 at the Tulsa Comedy Club. So I'll be going back there. Club? There's a Tulsa. It used to be the Looney Bin, I think, or maybe it's not the Looney Bin. I don't know. But I'm going to the Tulsa Comedy Club pretty soon. But yeah. All right. Okay, so that's all the comments from last week. We got Jennifer, Mark, Benjamin, all these people leaving comments. I'm going to ignore it for a minute. Because here in about 20 minutes, we're going to have Greg Warren come on. And should we talk about President's Day? Should we talk about
I want to know first off before we go, where are you at this week? Let's get that out of the way. Where are you at this weekend? This plugs at the end, but this week,
this coming Saturday, I'm going to be at the High Point Theater in High Point, North Carolina. One show. It's only an hour and a half from my house. This is a great theater gig. I'm going to drive there, do it, stay with my brother and his wife in that area,
and then you're done.
That's it. Yeah.
How about you? Where? Didn't you have? No. We were talking about being dressed, but didn't you have a story? When you won last comic, when you were shooting your last episode, when you found out you won, didn't they make you or tell you to dress better?
Yes, and once we got to the top 5, they wanted us to wear blazers, and so I never ever wear a blazer on stage. I get too hot for a long sleeve shirt, which is why I only do t-shirts now. I try not to wear a hat because I feel like I'm animated, right? I use my face, and so if I got the hat, it blocks my eyes a little bit. And now with the beard, it kind of takes away a little bit from that. I should probably, if I were true, artiste, if I were really committed to my craft, I would shave this beard and never wear the hat and always just be this. But I like the way the beard looks. So I just wear a t-shirt, jeans, and try not to wear a hat. If I do wear a hat, I'll take it off immediately. Yeah. But, top 5 last comic standing. They made us wear a blazer, and I was so pissed. I did it anyway. And then after I won, and because I've been talking about it with my family and my friends, I said, if I win that thing, I'm going to get redneck on their ass. I'm taking the blazer off. I'm going to see how far I can take it getting naked, maybe, And so I won, and immediately I take the blazer off, and I start doing a little hoedown dance with my legs shooting. I take my shoes. I was about to take my shoes off, and my dad stopped me. He ran out there and goes, whoa, 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 because he knew what I was about to do. And he's like, no. He said, it's over. You won. You won.
That's hilarious.
Just chill. I'm like, all right. So, I was about to take my shoes off, do a little jig. Now, but what about you? You're doing the Jack Reacher stuff these days.
Yeah. I was just doing this. Oh, and this weekend I'm at Helium in Indianapolis.
Oh, very good. Helium in Indianapolis. This is new, yes?
I believe it's a new club.
Because Indianapolis has always been Crackers.
I think Crackers closed and then reopened. With Helium, what they do with me is if somebody cancels, I think then that's when John Heffron shows up at the city that you're in.
You're Fallout Boy. We talked about this.
Yeah, I'm Fallout Boy. So that's I am. So if you live by a Helium comedy club and you're hoping to see me perform, look at the schedule, and maybe you can even post it on my Facebook page. Hey John, hoping you're coming to Helium, and then at them, at Helium, wherever it is that you live, and then put a picture of the month you would like me to be there, and I will guess which comic will cancel. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little game we play.
Oh, that's great. Wait, didn't last week you say, oh crap, we need to start following through more, but you mentioned something that we should go to Paul Logan's page. Oh yeah. And
Logan Paul, he's been saying that he has the best they have the best podcast in the world or something.
Logan Paul, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, well, are you ranked though? Are you ranked?
Right. Real quick, the Alan Jackson. I can see you over here, so I know you're listening to me. We got an email from someone reaching out to us about the World Podcast Federation website, and they were disappointed that Nateland wasn't up there. Right?
Are you serious?
Yeah. What's that? They wanted Nateland to be number 3. Okay. And so have we changed it yet? No. Should we? Yeah. Okay. So, John, we're going to change it because I was on Nate Land's podcast, Nate Bargatze's podcast.
Right.
And before he got in there, I was talking to his buddies who run the podcast or whatever. Yeah. And they were doing a little prep. And I said, actually, my podcast is ranked. And they looked it up. And then they were like, oh, my God. Like, you know, everyone believes it at first. And then I said, guys, it's a joke. We made it up. And I told them the whole story behind it. Right.
Right.
And then they said, oh, let's do this to Nate, not tell him. And then so we talked about it on Nate Land's podcast. And I told him after I revealed that it was just a joke that don't worry, we can control it. I'll put you up there. And I never did. Now, apparently one of his fans heard that and is now reaching out to us. Why is Nate Land not on there? So we should go back through there and put on there. We should update it because Heffron and Reep is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Country-ish is 2. I think Kid in the Cape was
Okay, we
3.
can blow that off because that doesn't exist. So what we'll do is, and we'll tell everybody who's listening, let's just pick. We'll go Nate Land. We'll throw him up, right?
Yeah.
And then who else does really well that's got a good podcast? We'll just pick somebody, but none of the real popular kids.
Yeah.
Is our world ranking, is it 1 through 5 or 1 through 10?
1 through 10.
So we never put any of the big hitters that are like doing really well. Here's where we're assholes. They're all below 5. Nobody cracks that top 5 unless we really, really know you. That's a coveted spot. Right. I'll give up Kid with the Cape because I don't have that thing anymore. So it'll be Heffron and Reep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that second spot, and then go country-ish because that's, you know what I mean? Or no, put country-ish.
Well, country-ish is number 2.
Yeah, 2. And then underneath that, then we'll throw Nate like 6th. That'll even get him mad, right? 6th.
Well, who's 3?
I can't even crack top 5.
Right, I see what you're doing. So Nate will the highest Nate could ever be because he's already popular.
He doesn't
is
need
6.
help.
Yeah, he doesn't need help.
Yeah.
So 3, I mean, maybe we should go with the circle of friends that we're working on. If Greg Warren has a podcast, or if Alonzo Bowden,
Alonzo has one.
Yeah, who's paying attention? We'll put him up there, number 3.
Yes.
Does Reno? No, Reno doesn't have one. Does Tammy have one?
She just started one.
Okay,
I believe. I don't know the name of it. And then we'll pick somebody who, like, again, doesn't need it, like Dax Shepard, whatever his. You know what I mean? Like, we'll make them like 8 because they're just gonna get mad that they're on a list and don't crack top 5, and that'll be our troll.
Right.
That'll be our troll moment.
Okay. Now, should I include ones that I've been on recently? Like I was on George Lopez. I was on Ryan Sickler's Honeydew. I've been on Rogan's. You know, I've been on Joe Rogan. So should he be like number 10 out of 10?
Oh, how mad would people get if he's like 10? Because people are going to be like, so you're telling me Heffron and Reep is ranked higher than Joe Rogan? Yeah, you have to almost put him up there.
So we have to, because it's like, well, this is not a serious list if he's not up there at all. So we have to.
He's the biggest podcaster in the world, so he has to be on the list.
Yeah, he'll be 10 though.
10 or 7. Let's put
7.
Let's go 7. Right? It's like you just cracked it, but yeah.
Okay,
that'll be fun, dude.
Well,
and then we'll tweet that.
Oh, you know what else we could do? This is a great idea. I just saw in the comment section from Shane Flint, super fan Shane, who was at my show in Virginia. Shout out, brother. He has a podcast called Shane Flint Outdoors. Maybe once a month we put a super fan on the list.
Yeah,
whatever you got going on, if you have one. Yes.
Yeah, and then those people just plug the crap out of it. Go, hey, I made this list, and use it as your credit. Like use it as a credit underneath your bio of your podcast.
Yeah, I like this. This will get people talking about the list. This is how we grow. We start a fake thing and we make it real.
Now I'm thinking of other names we could do, and we've made. Did you have, when you're in high school, and I can ask the comment section this, if this was the thing, do you know what the who's who is?
Yeah, the who's who of whatever's it's like a list, top 5 of anything, right, or something.
Right, but I think, and if I might be wrong, I think it was for like high school kids or junior high, and you would make the who's who, because I remember seeing it like honors park, and so Jon Reep who's made who's, but now looking back, all it was parents buying their kids a name into the who's list. I don't think you had to do anything.
Is that like in a school newsletter or something that you're talking about?
It's hold on, I'm having head issues. No, I think it was like that didn't help at all, and I was trying not to get feedback. I think it was just like a book, like a physical book, and then you as a parent would buy the book with your kid's name in the who's. It was all.
Oh, I didn't know about this. So you're not talking about the yearbook, are you?
No, it was called like it was who's. I can't start typing.
Here you go. Who's who among American high school students, says Missy Wittes. She said it's called Who's Who among American
Missy,
high school.
Can you cut and paste some more info on that, because I can't type it out.
Yeah,
but
Missy. Yeah, Google that and copy and paste some stuff for us, or send us a link. We can look it up.
But so maybe we need to think of one other name. So we have the Podcast Association, and then
Well, we bought two of them, but Alan, we only made one website for the one, right? We have two URLs. We've got the World Podcast Federation, and we have the American Association of, or I forgot what the other one was called.
Yeah, I have one too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm saying we both. This is our idea. We both jammed this out together. So
yeah.
But I remember buying between the two of us. I don't know who did it, but we have at least two URLs.
Yep.
But there's only one website.
Yeah, and we'll link them all. I'm gonna look up another one right now. But yeah, so and maybe we can have like the most like trusted podcast ever or something. So we have like three. You could make all three, and one just about like ad or something.
Yeah. Isaiah Banks says we named Is Us in Saturn. We are covering some New Kids on the Block songs. Oh, he's trying to plug his own thing. In Saturn. Okay. Well, maybe that'll make the list one day, Isaac. I'm rooting for you. But yeah, so that'd be a good idea, John. Let's do that. Let's work on that list.
That's funny.
But also, this day in history, our guest is going to join us, Mr. Greg Warren, here in about 8 minutes. So do we want to talk about this day in history? I like doing things from the 80s, right? So there's something that happened in 1980 on this day in history we could talk about.
Okay.
And it's also President's Day. Do we talk about our favorite presidents, or is that too political? Is that going to go down the political rabbit hole?
If you go Washington Adams, Pierce, Fillmore, Buchanan, especially if you start talking about Pierce or Buchanan, people are just gonna get so one was a Dem and one was like Dem rep, and then you have all the Whig Party people, then they're gonna start jumping on us.
Yeah, like, then the Tories come out of the woodworks,
and then they'd be like Heffron and Reep are part of the Whig thing because they were Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Lincoln, Van Buren, Pierce, Buchanan. I used to have it memorized. And then
that's better than me, dude. I couldn't.
I used to have a song, but I don't remember the song. But yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a smart way to learn stuff. Put it in the song.
Well, we had a history teacher that had us. We also had to memorize what political party each president was. So and I did it like the Twinkle Twinkle, but I don't remember the cadence. So it was like Dem rep, Dem rep, Dem independent.
Oh, really?
Big. But yeah, it was horrible.
Whatever happened to the Whigs and the Tories? Wasn't that's what it was back in the day? The Whigs versus the Tories? I don't know, dude. I remember Tory being one of them, and a Whig was one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I'm admitting I don't know, so don't holler at me too hard.
What we should do is we could both look it up, and then like the next podcast we'll talk about some political something going on in the news. But you take the Tories position.
Oh, the UK is Whigs and Tory. But then that's who established, America was,
America's had Whig, had a Whig thing, didn't it? I know.
That's who came over here was the Whigs and the Tories. And then they turned it into Republicans versus Democrats. I think. I don't know. I just remember hearing Whigs and Tory when I was a kid. And I retained none of this knowledge. My favorite president is Reese Witherspoon from the movie Election.
From the what?
The movie Election.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen this film?
I've not seen it.
Oh, John. It came out, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. Matthew Broderick plays a high school English teacher, and he's sort of down and out in his luck. He's just going through a divorce, and he's not in a good place. Reese Witherspoon is an over anxious high school student who wants to run for class president, and he hates her. He cannot stand this girl, and so he helps get like a jock elected. But it's a great movie. I thought for sure you would have seen The Election. Sonia Collins.
I had an idea for a movie that I tried to write and just couldn't pull it off, and everyone's like, "This is a dumb idea," but I always thought it was funny. It was somebody is like our age, and they decide to run for a 1988 class president. Like they want to be class president 30 years after everybody's graduated.
Oh, this is a film idea you're talking about?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So they wanted to be. So then that guy, whatever the math was, at 40 years old, has to find all his high school friends and get everybody to re-vote.
On what platform? What
I don't know. Had some
website?
He didn't get to go to prom, or they weren't having a reunion. And the whole premise is, if you get voted class president for your class in high school, that's a lifetime position.
Yeah,
that's a lifetime.
It is, and they always have to come up with the class reunion, like where it's going to be, and help organize
so
it. Right?
In my story, I had that they weren't going to have one. Just everybody was like, "Meh, I'm not." But this kid actually made himself successful, and his whole thing in life was when he goes back to the reunion, he's going to be this badass. And now the reunion is not happening. So what he does is he just starts smearing the old class president, like, "Hey, we had $200 in prom funds that were never used. So what did you do with that money? Did that money go in your pocket?" Like just doing everything horrible that politicians do now.
So is this a fully formed idea that are you just not coming up with it?
No, I have it like in one of my dumb notebooks that I never.
I love this idea. So like
John
the idea
Snyder, they do it.
Right. You could do that. I was thinking, I like the idea of the guy, the nerd who wasn't the class president, right? But now he's rich and successful. They're not going to have the reunion because the class president's a screw up who didn't go on to do anything, and he just dropped the ball. And so this dude contacts the current president and says, "Hey, if you organize this thing, I'll pay for it, but I have to be elected after." So is that sort of the premise? Is
Yeah. He just wants to be elected because he was nothing in high school, and he just wants to go back and try to redo it, but he's got to get votes, and it's just this dumb thing.
I like that idea. Have you seen kind of like reminds me of Romeo and Michelle? Go. Have you seen that? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, such a good movie.
That was great too.
People love that. Grosse Point Blank, all that going back to school, like back to high school after a big time off, is like people like that.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy people have.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I think that's a great idea. But you gotta go see the movie Election. Okay, John.
Do what?
You need to see the movie Election.
Okay.
Write this one down. I want you to watch it. I think this is a good. I'll text it to you later.
Okay.
Election. I'll do a post text to John Heffron. Watch the film Election. Hello, Brenda Sachs. Some people are telling me the Federalists. Bob Haynes says it was Whigs and Democrats. Whigs were proto-Republicans, so to speak. Robin Williams is Man of the Year was better. Oh, what's that?
What about Dave? Remember the movie Dave? Dave was the president?
Yeah.
That's the president you want.
Yeah, that guy was good. Wait, who was that actor? Because that actor was hot for a minute and then he just got old.
Klein something.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah.
You didn't like him?
No, I liked him. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Robert Klein. It was something Klein. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to read Missy Whitus or Wittes.
Yes.
I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Her follow-up on the Who's Who from Wikipedia. Who's Who Among American High School Students was a website and publication owned and managed by an Educational Communications Inc. that listed what it claimed were high school students who have, oh, hang on. I got to stop reading. I got a private chat. Oh, it's Kevin Klein, by the way.
Okay.
And our guest is here. Are you ready, Mr. Heffron?
Yeah. Can I just finish up reading what you were saying to close that loop?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So High School Students was a web publication owned and managed by the thing that lists where it claimed were high school students who have excelled in academics,
extracurricular activities and community service.
This website shut down in November 2007 due to bankruptcy of its parent firm. Well, I got to say, the guest we're having on now, John, by the way, literally would be in the who's who because he excelled in education. He excelled in, what was that thing you have to do? Academics. Dude, wait, John, hold on.
Extracurricular activities. Yeah,
why don't we? Because this was, again, I think it was just a scam to get parents to buy the book. Like, you paid for this. This wasn't a thing that your kid had to figure out. This is like Trump University. Like, you just paid and then you were in it type thing.
All right.
So how do we need the who's who's of something and do the same exact thing as this company.
But for comedians?
Don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's get the guest on. He can help us brainstorm.
Alan, let's invite our guest. All right. What's up, Greg Warren? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
It is going well. We're in a hot topic of who's who and high school reunions and all that jazz. How you been, man?
Who's who, man? That book changed my life, man. Getting in that thing.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I use mine for like a COVID vax card. Like instead of having a COVID vax card, I just grab the big book.
Yeah,
you
man.
look like it's like, and I just go, perhaps you haven't read page 79, right under Jennifer Heller, John Heffron.
You can get in anywhere with that thing, man. That's
But Greg, did you know what I was talking about by who's who, or is that
absolutely? It was a scam. And they did it for like business too. I think in like who's who and lawyers and who's who and high school students. Wow, it's like if you hadn't really achieved anything else, you could get in that book.
That's fine. I don't know if that skipped the South. Alan, nod your head if you know what. I didn't make it down here, I don't think, because I've not heard of it. It did? Oh, so it skipped me then. I'm the idiot here. Okay. Well, maybe I knew I was never going to be in it, so maybe my parents just never even brought it up.
It's one of those things. And then there's other things. I was in some local St. Louis magazine did an article on me a while back, and I got like 8 emails saying, hey, we can put that article on a plaque and we can send it to you. It's it's all these companies that are like, hey, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened in your life, obviously. So you're going to want to spend $500 to be a part of that.
Wait, here's our scam then here's our hustle. We create some of these websites. There's all these new comics that need credits, right? Audiences don't care about the credits. They don't care if you go, this guy was on the Tonight. We just make up stuff. This comic was voted, is in the book of best opening acts since 2085. It's literally, they're in the book, the best opening acts of the century.
I thought all those comics that didn't have credits, I thought they just all got on that Byron Allen show, Comics Unleashed, and then everybody had a credit.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
True.
Or they just flat out lie.
Yeah. Man, I used to get upset. There was like this club in, I know John did it because I think I did it with one time, Jon Reep, but the Deja Vu in Columbia, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Matt,
dude.
the guy, they would always make up credits for me when I didn't have any credits. And then when I got credits, they would make up better credits. So I never was legit. I had some good credits finally, and they just made up better credits. And I was like always underachieving.
Yeah, it's like, what? My credits are no good?
Yeah, man. This is something to do. Yeah.
You know what? You know who else used to do that? God rest his soul. Was the guy from Stanford and Sons who passed
Craig
away.
Glazer. Oh, Craig would lie about your credits more than. Oh yeah,
dude, that guy. He was the most lovable con man I've ever met.
Oh my God. And God, that guy, he was lovable. He treated me really well. And he got in the car the first time I met him, and I was like, I'm pretty sure 70% of what he's saying is lying. But if that's even the case, that 30% is pretty remarkable, because he did live a pretty remarkable life. Like, he did some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
He just, embellished it a little bit.
Let me give Greg a proper introduction in case I wasn't here, and sadly the last time.
Hey, John, just say Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen.
He was on Comics Unleashed.
Evening at the Improv.
5 times in a row. Evening at the Improv. BET, CMT, Late Show with Craig Ferguson. I got your website right here, buddy. Seth Meyers, Comedy Central Presents, Bob and Tom. And Last Comic Standing, I believe you're on the same season as me. Is this right?
Yeah, I was like a 2 or 3 time loser on that, John. I remember like standing with you like before the semifinals. Like, I think you went out like right before me. I remember talking to you right before you went out there, and then you won, man. Yeah.
Which at what point was, the semifinals? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the semi before it got to the top 10.
Oh,
like I was in like the top 30 or 40 or whatever. And then and I was backstage with you talking to you right before you went up. Yeah. And then I think I was like, I'm an idiot. Like, I think I was like giving you advice.
Oh, good. I probably used it.
I was like, hey, John, man, it's going to be cool. Just think about it. It's going to be fun. John. And then he won it.
Well, see, that's why. That's the key. I'm going to put that on my resume. I won because of Greg Warren.
I guarantee what I said was stupid.
Well, I remember that was a interesting time back then. Because you know who came in 3rd place that year was I don't know what happened to her, girl by the name of Amy Schumer.
She did well. Yeah, she seemed to have done pretty well.
What she did after that. What are you holding up to the camera, John? No one can read that. What is
got a website? I just own Who's Who in podcasting.
Oh man, you just bought it just now?
You're gonna make a mint.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So we can have guys.
That honestly, if you were gonna do Who's Who in anything and there were gonna be suckers, it's that, man. That is a genius idea. What's
it called? The Who's Who of what's the actual URL?
I don't know. I just bought it. So it's you know how I spell. So sometimes I buy websites.
That's why
I go, I spelled it wrong. That's why I got it. Who's Who in podcasting.
Who's Who in podcasting.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Who's Who.
And then comics can go and they're in the Who's Who of podcasting right there. You go, oh, that's cool. You don't even have questions after that point.
Well, what if this comic, if we're trying to use these young up and coming comics, maybe they don't have a podcast. What you might want to buy Who's Who in comedy.
No, podcasting, they're more suckers than the comics. They have at least something, some of them. Yeah. But the podcasters, man, I guarantee there's 500 people tomorrow that would pay $100 for a plaque that you could buy for 20. And we're all going straight to hell on this deal.
And then we can make them. I mean, if we're going to get that much money, I can make a stupid little plaque and send it to them.
Now, couldn't people do that though? Like, right. There's a lot of people dating and they need stuff in their intro bios.
Yeah.
So couldn't we have like Who's Who in listening? And then you could put, I'm part of it, Joe Schmo, member of Who's Who and listening. And then people go,
you're assuming, John, that there are more people listening to podcasts than there are that have podcasts. And that is incorrect.
That's so true.
That's the better angle to go for, is the people
Yeah.
with the podcast.
There are more podcasts than there are listeners of podcasts.
Yes, I'm sure of it, man.
Well, that'd be a funny montage too, John. And either one of us could do this, me, Greg, or John.
Yeah.
Could do a montage of all the other podcasts we've been on and just us listening and nodding our head. Like we won the best listener of any podcast, and we're just doing this. Like, next cut doing this. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, showing you like on a treadmill with the headphones on at the grocery store.
Yeah,
Man,
He
this
has
is actually
listened
a
to
really good sketch, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
he's listened to such podcasts. Yeah, just use that as a credit. Listen to.
yeah.
And it's just
Best
That's
listener of podcasts.
You could interview like somebody like if you could get Rogan or Marin and be like, yeah, that guy's a listener, and then just
Oh, that's great. That's good
funny.
stuff. Greg, what have you been up to? Where are you at right now? Where are you zooming in from, brother?
From home, from St. Louis. I just got back from about 7 or 8 days on the road, and kind of nice to be home. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and plug your next tour date right now so we can make sure not to forget to do that.
Okay.
Where you headed next? Somewhere in March, right? You got
Comedy Attic in Bloomington, Indiana. Yeah, I'll be there. A really neat place. Yeah.
Bloomington, Indiana. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think. How long has the Comedy Attic been? Have you been there before?
Yeah, like several times.
Yeah.
Almost in every year. They've been there for I want to say maybe 12, 15 years. It's a neat place. Not a big club, but the really, really great room. Really great room.
Is it next to a big strip club?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of Bloomington, Illinois.
Yeah, I bet you that's it. I've never been to that club, but Bloomington, Illinois is much more of a strip club type town.
Yeah. Okay.
Bloomington, Indiana is just like kind of hippie liberal bastion in the middle of Indiana. I doubt there's probably strip clubs on the outskirts of town.
Okay.
But, not downtown.
Well, cool, man. Yeah,
so,
ahead,
John, you weren't here last time when Greg was on. So I was talking, and I have one follow-up question to what we talked about last time you were on. So my little nephew's been wrestling.
Yeah, he's good, right?
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he's got a good double leg from what I remember.
He's got a good double leg. Was placing like coming in 2 at some.
Did you guys say deviled egg?
Yeah, deviled egg. That's what. If you don't know a lot about, if you watch the movie Vision Quest, what the whole thing is he's in a deviled egg competition, and then this college girl comes.
There's only one egg left, and they have to fight for the last deviled egg.
Hey man, I will guarantee, because I've been all over the country wrestling and talking to wrestling people. They always have weird names for moves down in the South, and I guarantee there's a move down there called the deviled egg.
Yeah, I'm sure. If not, there's going to be one now. I'm trying to picture what it looks like.
I'm like, you're like, hey, you guys, you ride legs? You talking about bee sting?
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
All right, John. What was your question? I cut you off.
So this is literally, and people just follow along. It's a 2-minute question I got to ask him. So he went to a tournament. So he's been coming in second and first and stuff. Super aggressive kid, But you knew it was about to happen, that your luck, just like when you do comedy for the first couple times, it's really easy. And you're like, I love comedy. This is, I'm probably going to be a superstar in 2 months. This is, I just crush it every time until you have the bad show. Right. And then you go, holy cow. So now, because we're getting close to regionals and all that stuff, he's running into these buzzsaw kids that he can't walk through. So this kid, and Alan, did you get I don't know if you got the video.
He got it.
He got it. So I'm going to Graham's practice tomorrow, and I want to sound like the cool uncle because I watched the videos and I know I want to be able to tell him to do the right thing. So just want to watch the video. I'll tell you what happened. He got this kid just tight-waisted him, grabbed his arm and it would stall, would just break him down and then hold him. And then he knows just to keep popping up. Like all I tell him is just stand up. Nobody can hold you down. You're too fast, whatever. Just explode and get up. And the kid was just, just holding him, tight waisting him and stuff. So then I'm like, I got to teach him how to either sit out or hit a switch, but I don't know if that's too advanced for a little kid.
How old is he?
Well, first grade. Now, with this song, if you're watching this, you're like, he's in first grade. Let him. First graders are way more advanced.
No. I'm thinking like without seeing it, I would think maybe like a roll. Like an old, like a fat man roll where you just grab his arm,
hold it,
and just kind of roll. I mean, a Granby at some point, but he's a little young for that. But like just they call it a fat man's roll, and it's just you sort of grab his wrist and you sort of just hip him over that way. I'm wondering because a switch would be good, but if he's just get to his base and roll, like back into him a little bit. I think back into him, get to your base, back into him a little bit, get him where so he's a little bit higher on him, and then just grab his wrist and just roll him like that. Yeah, for a little kid, I think that might be the way to do it.
That's what goes good with deviled eggs. A nice roll.
Roll.
Deviled eggs roll.
Yeah, it's like call it the Thanksgiving dinner, bro. I'm gonna put you in the turkey leg next,
dude. That's wait a second. Every comic has a cooking show. That's what our new like best chef cooking show is. You have it's wrestlers. And they have a 2-minute period, and then they wrestle, and then they immediately run, and then they have to make food right after 2 minutes.
I don't think the focus is narrow enough. I think we should go.
There would be a streaming service.
Or how about eat the food? Could you imagine trying to wrestle right after you eat like a turkey leg or something? Like you seriously have to go finish a plate of barbecue.
Or you have to try to finish the food. So you have a plate and you have somebody just trying to keep you away from the food.
I remember one time in this summer tournament, this guy Chuck Updegraff was walking on the mat eating a hot dog, man. I thought it was pretty funny. Is it like the guy he was wrestling was not as good as him, and and they were kind of friends, and it was like a summer tournament, so it wasn't that serious, but just to let him know that he was how comfortable he was about beating him.
That's a baller
eating
move
a hot dog on the way to the mat.
I remember drinking almost a half a 2-liter, right? So yeah, half a 2-liter of Jolt Cola before my meet. Like I'm in like 10th grade or something, wrestling 105 pounds, just sitting there doing it. My stomach was I got the little singlet, but my stomach's pushed out, and if you hit it, you could hear the water sloshing around in my stomach. I was just.
Did you crash in the third period with that?
I got pinned probably within the first minute. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
But did either of you? I never wrestled. We just didn't have it in my school when I grew up. I think I would have loved it. But did you guys ever? Do people throw up during these things? Like when you're wrestling?
It's not. I mean, not a lot. I haven't witnessed. I probably saw it like once or twice.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in 15 years, like I never saw much of it.
Right.
I think now, all the states have it now, and I think actually the South is starting to do a little better.
The school that I went to has won state championship a couple of times, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of it is North Carolina State is like probably the 5th best team in the country right now. So, and North Carolina is good, so that probably trickles down a little bit. But.
All right, Alan. Just so we can end this, can you show them? So
let's do that.
Graham will be the guy getting tight-waisted and trying to stand up. This is just one of the clips.
Nice recovery, Graham.
All right, which one
That's
was
all
he?
he did.
Oh, first of all, I
don't know what tight-waisted means, so I don't know.
He was up, man. I mean, first of all, he was up, so he got up to his feet, which is I thought that he wasn't able to get off the mat. He got up to his feet. He's going to get out eventually. He just needs to work on sort of prying his thumbs underneath the guy's hand. The other thing is it's a tiny mat. So they were going out of bounds right when he would have got out, like the kid was just kind of pushing him out of bounds because they were using a quarter of the mat, which they do in Little League. But
yeah, I always with that one the kid was holding him down, but I think tomorrow I might show him a cut through. Just grab it, and just come right in and go right back down.
I think that fat man roll thing might work though. Like kind of it's an old school move, but I think. I can't even remember the technique.
They might just call it different. It's maybe now it's more
it's called the green bean now. yeah. It's,
you're gonna do the kale flop or the kale.
Oh, you don't want to
juicer.
Don't make me pull out the mashed potato on your ass. Well, hang on, let's see here. I'm going to try to read Denny Jackson's comment. No, Denny, this is live right now. It is February 21st, 2022. We're all live right now. Greg Warren, did you know Tim Gaither?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know Gaither.
He was a wrestler too, right?
Sure, man. He's a little younger than I am. And he was wrestled in Kansas. I'm from Missouri, so just over the state line. But I got to know him as a comic. I didn't know him when we were both wrestling, but I'm probably 7 or 8 years older than Gaither. So,
okay.
Yeah, he's good guy, man. Funny guy too, man.
Oh yeah. You wrestler guys. See, I'm envious of that. I think what happens, the schools that are really good at wrestling seem to be the schools that have more of your farm boy type people, because my high school is notoriously bad at football. But when they got wrestling, they started kicking everybody's ass in wrestling, and it's a farmer rednecky type school that I went to.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, it varies because where John's from, there was some sort of probably blue collar Michigan kids that weren't farmers that are pretty tough too.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why that is, man, but it's the way in St. Louis. It used to be sort of the schools a little bit south of St. Louis, in the sticks were really good.
Yeah. Plus this as a sport, although where I went to school, Eastern Michigan got rid of their wrestling program, which made no sense to me.
No, I hated it. And they had an All-American the year they did it. Yeah.
But it's a cheap sport to have at your school. It's not like there's a lot of equipment or there's
Matt's the most expensive thing.
Yeah. So John, before Greg came on, I mentioned something to you about what a fun tour this would be. And Greg, I'm gonna bring it up to you. We're all gentlemen that are in our prime. How do I say this? We're in our prime. On stage, I've been saying that I'm not ready to play the back nine, but I'm in the clubhouse. I'm in the clubhouse, and I'm thinking about just the first half and everything that I effed up, and now I'm gonna hit the second one thing. But I looked up, and tell me if this would be a fun themed tour. What if the three of us, we'll grab somebody else who would not be offended. I don't think Pescatelli would be offended if she came with us. The oldest towns in every state. Okay, obviously there's 50 of them. Okay. But what if you think we could do 50? If the oldest town in every state in 50 days? Do you think that would be possible?
No,
couldn't do it.
that's a lot of ground to cover in 50
Some guys
days.
did that in Houston. They did like 50 states in 50 days. It was pretty brutal.
All right.
Maybe. You're right. That has been done. What about, so John, the oldest cities in every state would be the ones that are probably the biggest because they've been around the longest. Like in New York is probably New York City, Well,
there's a lot. So some people would say on some of these, it doesn't count because Native Americans had communities and stuff like that. So this is just whatever these history people said. So do you just want to fly through? Do you want to just guess? I'll give you each
I know
one
mine.
guess and then I'll move on.
I know Missouri's is St. Genevieve, I think.
All right, well, let me look. But none of you guys are from this area. So Alabama, I'll let you both just say, and then I'll say the answer, and then I'll move on.
Birmingham,
Tuscaloosa,
Mobile, Alaska,
Juneau,
I'm going to say Juneau.
Fairbanks.
Kodiak.
Ah!
1992. Okay. Arizona.
Flagstaff.
Prescott.
Tuscan, established 1775.
We're gonna go over 50.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Medium-sized rock.
I'm gonna say Lowell.
I've never even heard of this city. Arkansas Post. Have you ever even heard of that?
It's not real.
Mm-mm.
And I
No.
guarantee
Established in 16. What? How are these 1686? Was America writing checks back then? I don't even think. Okay, California.
California. Stockton.
it's some gold rush town, I bet, man.
Yeah. As soon as I said it, I didn't like my answer.
It's some
Modesto. I don't know. What are you thinking, Greg?
I would Bakersfield because it.
That's a good answer.
All right, it is San Diego.
Oh,
San Diego.
I've
that
never
would be a fun one.
never heard of that.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell.
Hold on, let me just go. Florida. How about this one? Just Florida. We'll
St.
do that.
Augustine. St. Augustine.
Oh, he sounds
Jon
pretty
Reep.
confident. Just to be different, I'll say Titusville.
Okay. Greg's right, and actually,
Yeah.
so you're right. It actually, I didn't know this. According to many historians, St.
First in the
Augustine
country,
is
I
the
think.
oldest city in the U.S.
Yeah.
The oldest
wow.
city in the first city in all of the U.S. was established by the Spanish in 1565. And, kids will learn that if their parents are okay with actual information, but we might get rid of that and just say it's Tampa.
One of
All
our
right,
listeners
Georgia.
corrected us about Saint Diego also means whale's vagina, according to the movie Anchorman.
Okay, let's see. Let me try to figure out, John. Let me just scroll through here.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're talking about this. Indiana. You want to guess that one?
Bloomington. No,
No, it's
Nope.
it's not Indianapolis. Is it?
Never
Terre
heard
Haute.
of this. I'm gonna be honest with you. Never heard of it.
No, it's not Terre Haute.
Vincennes.
Vincennes.
Have you been there?
They had a comedy club for a while. I haven't been there, but they had a comedy club for a while.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
this one, Iowa.
Dubuque.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Kansas.
Wait, I got that right.
Yes.
That was good, man.
Holy
That was
shit.
impressive, man.
Kansas.
Garden City.
No, this one would be
Old
Fort
West Town?
Leavenworth.
What? Wait, Fort Leavenworth. Okay. Yeah. That's where
Okay,
the military prison is.
Yeah, I'm trying to find LMNO. I got this one wrong on Michigan. But I don't think you guys would get it, but do you happen to know what Michigan's oldest city is?
Is it Ann Arbor?
Saginaw.
Nope. This one was recently celebrated its 350th anniversary, having been founded by the French missionaries and fur traders in 1668. That would be Sault Ste. Marie, which is weird because
I've been
there's
there.
Sault Ste. Marie, Canada on the other side of the lake. So when you go over the bridge, I wonder if Sault Ste. Marie, Canada was pissed that Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan went, we're just going to name it the same exact thing. We're not even going to.
I did a gig there one time, man.
Really?
Yeah, in Sault Ste. Marie.
What was it? A club or a corporate?
No,
gig?
it was like a Bob and Tom like gig or something. Bob and Tom theater gig or
Oh,
something.
nice.
Yeah. I don't think we made it over to Canada, but I think they said Canada was more fun. The Sault Ste. Marie, Canada.
All right, Jon Reep, this
wait,
is for you. And then
I was
I'll
going to
end it.
ask you. North Carolina's got to be on there somewhere.
All right, Jon Reep. North Carolina.
I don't know. I'm going to guess that it might be Wilmington.
Want me to give you clues?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Does it start with a W?
Does not start with a W. It just had its 300th anniversary, 2005,
Raleigh?
celebrating its town founding in 1705.
Raleigh's got a lot of old statues in that.
It does. Sir Walter Raleigh.
This place, John, was also North Carolina's first port and was
Solid.
almost named the state's capital. However, the town was passed up. It slowly shrank and now just has 244 residents.
Nags
So
Head.
if we do a tour, dude, we could totally sell out this town.
Is it Kitty Hawk? Nags Head?
No, it is a place called
Newbern.
Nope.
Nope. I don't know.
On my internet's crapping out. It's called Bath. Bath.
Bath is one of those little key islands off the coast of North Carolina that always gets killed by hurricanes. And I know what you're talking about because they say it's probably close to Murphy or Manio, one of those other. There's all these little like Nags Head, Kitty Hawk, all these sand dunes out there that the Wright brothers jumped off of first in flight. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I watched that movie the other day.
Which one?
It was called First in Flight. It was about Wilbur and Orville.
Oh, really? What's it on?
It's like Amazon Prime or something. It was like a 70s movie or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's outstanding, but it's I am interested in the Wright brothers. So
you know what's funny is Ohio, which I go to a lot. I think it's Ohio. We all go to Ohio. There's many funny bones up there. The Wright brothers were from Ohio.
Yeah.
And then they brought their shit down to North Carolina, jumped off the sand dune, and then North Carolina goes, "We're first."
Yeah, they
first
got him.
Flight.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah,
they got.
And Ohio's like, wait,
Ohio's pissed, man.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing about the Wright brothers is when they came back, they went down to Kitty Hawk like 3 summers in a row to test stuff out. Once they figured we got something, they stayed in Ohio. They stayed in Dayton, and there was like a cow pasture, and they were like practicing flying out there and doing well. Like they were going loops and like flying, and nobody covered it. The Dayton Daily News completely missed the story. The only guy that covered it was like this guy that owned a beekeeping magazine, and he was just interested in those guys. And he basically was the only one that wrote about it. Everybody thought that they were liars. And I was like, the Dayton Daily News probably after that, they missed that. Like if anybody said they had something going, that you had to go out and you're like, hey, you guys, guy says he's got a time machine south of town. You get out there and you're like, come on, boss. This guy, he's been said like 7. You get out. We're not getting scooped again by the beekeeper guy.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Oh, what a story to miss. You're right. Oh,
they didn't. It was in their own
how
backyard.
are they still in business?
I always thought
Dayton is barely in business. I love that town, but they are.
I do too.
When you go
Dayton,
to Dayton,
did they just open back up the Funny Bone in Dayton?
Yeah, I was there last weekend or 2 weekends ago. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank God.
Yeah.
I like that club.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's I don't know. I was in Cincinnati. I had a day job, and there was that club Jokers, and my friend Lisa, good friend Lisa, owned, and she would let me work there way more than I should have, so I was always in Dayton.
I think Lisa at Jokers. Can you? That's who I think it is. Can you describe her to me, like what she looks like? Because I want to make sure it's the same person.
Dark hair, dark curly hair, very Italian.
Was she short? Not big.
Short.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Short. Right. And I mean, the club was it was like a pink.
Yes.
Yeah. It had a lot of pink theme. It was like that woman. I would not be a comic without her, man.
She was so sweet, but I screwed up as a young feature act. She had booked me there, and then I guess I never confirmed, like called to confirm. So I didn't confirm. And I went there thinking I had this gig, and I showed up, and there was another comedian there. No. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I thought did we not?" She goes, "You never confirmed it, dummy." I'm like, "Oh." She goes, "You can hang out here, but I'm paying this guy." I'm like, "Okay." She still let me perform. And then she introduced me to another guy who lived there, who let me crash on his couch for a weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Chris something. He had like a lazy.
Spire.
Yes.
Yeah, Spire. Yeah.
So I just chilled on this dude's sofa for a weekend, and, they were nice to me because it was me. I'm the one who screwed it up. But
yeah,
she
Spire's a good guy, too. Funny comic.
Funny. Yeah, he's a great dude.
Funny.
I love him.
Yeah, he's cross-eyed. He has jokes about it, man.
Yes. Yeah, he does. All right, John, I'm sorry. You had something. cut you off, John? John
I was.
we were doing the oldest towns. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say in Dayton, Ohio. There they have the Museum of Air Flight, and then there's a plaque because Dayton is the home of the first airport. And I always thought it was funny. It always just kind of seemed like there should have been two at the same time. Like I just thought it was funny. You go to the airport back then, and there wasn't any place for you to fly to.
Right.
You just went through TSA and got some food and just sat at your gate. And they're like, we'll be back here, and we're still waiting for a plane and other airports to be built. But once that happens, we're gonna be fine. Yeah.
And these clowns get. That's great.
So,
They had the bike shop.
That is in Greenfield Village here in Detroit. If you're ever back in Michigan, they have their exact bike shop was dismantled and re-put back up.
Really?
Here,
and Michigan's got it. Yeah, did you know they kept that thing open, like while they were inventing flight? Yeah, they did. Which I always thought, like, you got to think towards the end. These guys are like basically world celebrities, and they probably weren't paying as much attention to their bicycle customers as they should have been. Yeah, Orville, I brought my bike in last week. Yeah, we're working on it. I don't think you are, man. Pretty sure I saw my handlebars attached to your flying machine in the front yard.
Yeah. John, did you say your internet's might be screwing up, Mr. Heffron?
Yeah, my internet is sputtering out. So I'm hearing like every other word. So I'm just staring.
Okay. That's why I was because I was like, I cut you off and you're just kind of froze for a second. But I thought maybe he's just being very still. Well, let me ask Greg Warren this question. We were talking about this before Greg got on. Well, John is obsessed with the new show called Reacher. And
watch the whole season.
Oh, here we go. Now, see, John just did a gig in Atlanta where he flew in and decided not to take a shower, not to change clothes. He's just
I bought every Jack Reacher book on eBay last week, so I have all 27 of them.
Yeah,
so he's living it now.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I can see it, man. Just a guy coming in, just out of nowhere. You had a little bit of you're kind of a public name though, John. I don't know. Reacher's a little more unknown than you. I don't know. You're like
I was doing that on stage. I would get on stage this weekend and I would tell people I saw Jack Reacher or I love the show, and I kind of get a vibe. And just throughout my whole set, this is just for me, not saying it's funny, I would ask somebody in the front row a question, and then I would go, I can tell by the way you haven't really drank all night and you're moving your straw around. You want something to say, but you're in a situation that nobody can hear you. So that's why you decided to come to a comedy club. But you don't want to drink too much or she's going to know that you like to drink. That's why you're also diabetic. That's why you have insulin needles underneath your thing. Like I would just throughout the whole show, I would just try to break down somebody.
He's on it, man. You are on it, man. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I got to watch this show, dude.
So
I watched the whole season, 8 episodes. I did it in a couple of days, man. I thought it was great.
Do you have a routine, Greg? Like like an hour before the show, or like, do you have like a thing that you got to start doing to sort of get ready, put your mind in the mood for showtime?
No. And now I'm going to give away my. This is something that I'm probably going to lose friends over this, but you ever had like how sometimes when you're on the road, you ever had people be like, let's get together and we'll hang out or whatever. And you're like, and then you're kind of like, all right, I kind of want to just be with the comics or be by myself. And you're like, hey man, I got to get ready for the show. I got to go get ready for the show. It's like 5:30. And somebody would be like, oh really, Greg? Really? You got to just get ready, which is what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's zero. Like, every now and then I'll like look over maybe a couple of new bits, but
well, I mean, like taking a shower, ironing a shirt.
I mean, I shower,
listening to a certain playlist while you're in the shower or anything like that.
I like to shower and I like to be in the I kind of like to hang out with the comics a little bit,
Yeah.
I just like that vibe of the hanging out with the comics or Like the last time I shot a special, I got some guys with me in the green room that were comics. I just wanted that vibe to feel like you're not concentrating on anything. You're just sort of, insulting each other or whatever. What about you? Do you have a routine?
Like an hour before. I mean, just basically just to kill time. Because so like an hour before, I'll be like, all right, an hour before, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to start. I'll pop open like a Monster energy drink just to get some energy going. I'll listen to either like a funny podcast like Adam Carolla, or I'll play some 80s music. I used to be crazy about it. I would actually iron my jeans.
Wow.
I would like iron a nice shirt, but now like John over here, Mr. Reacher, I'm just doing t-shirt and jeans these days. I mean, I could literally do nothing. It's been to where I've done nothing before, and the show's been just as good, or the same. But something about just getting in the frame of mind from like, okay, I was lazy all day over here on this couch, but an hour before I'm going to start the clock of it's time to get the energy up and that kind of stuff. So maybe it's just an old guy thing that I'm falling into.
I think there's something to it. I think. Especially, I wish I would have done that, especially like if you are, when you wind up doing a TV set or something where it's like, it matters. It's good I think it would be smart to be like, hey, just do the thing that you always do. So it doesn't feel like something else.
It's like muscle memory kind of kicks in.
Yeah. I probably need to do that, man.
No, if you don't need it, it's perfect. That's a good thing.
I like that you're wearing t-shirts though. Cause man, this weekend I was doing Fayetteville, Arkansas, and I went to like a baseball game with the club guys, and we didn't have time to go to the home and change after the game. So I was wearing a sweatshirt, and I don't know why, it's more just like, hey, you got to put on a shirt for the show. I always wear like a collared shirt, button down collared shirt, always. And I was like, I was going to wear the hoodie on stage, and man, it was like a freeing feeling. I was like, I think I might be funnier in this hoodie, man.
I got to start doing that because I went from collar shirt to t-shirt, and now I see the hoodies everywhere.
I mean,
maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for me to go hoodie.
I felt like I might be onto something.
John, your internet's getting really weird, dude. Are you with us?
Yeah,
at all?
and it's good. And oh no, I might have saved it. You know how my computer just shuts off because I forget to plug it in? Well, that happened, but luckily, for whatever reason, I think I might have just saved it. But the whole time we were talking, I was looking, going, "Oh, I'm down to 10%," and I'm like, "Oh boy, I'm at 5." So that's why.
All right, well, you're good. Isaac Banks wants to know, Greg Warren, what is your favorite outfield song?
I
don't know why he's asking. Is there some sort of outfield connection with you I don't know about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, is Put Me in Coach. That's the outfield, isn't it? Or no?
There's his Jose's on vacation far away.
That's it. I like that song. Yeah, that's a great. That was my girlfriend in high school. That was her favorite band, was the outfield.
Oh yeah. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Oh no, isn't there a lyric in there or a line like I like my girls a little bit older?
And I like my girls a little bit.
How old was your girl in high school?
She was in an appropriate age, John.
Oh,
we were both seniors. You know, Lisa Cananci was a big outfield fan, and
shout out Lisa Cananci.
Yeah, Lisa's got kids and married a good-looking guy, and I don't know.
He doesn't know how to do an egg salad. No wait. What's a deviled egg?
Deviled egg. Yeah, he's not.
Totally
the guy. I'm sure is not in who's of podcasters. I know that.
Well,
man, I promise you that it would be a horrible, evil thing to do, but I promise we could make a lot of money on who's who in podcasters.
Oh,
if you just got like a nice book, a bound book with a plaque and something. It's just $100. You guys are you send him congratulations. We watched. We've been listening, and we could make up some names that sound like a committee.
Oh, it's like a certificate of authenticity. Like we verified. We'll put a fake blue check next to some crap.
This would be we would be cursed for the rest of our lives for doing that, man.
No, but here's what other company or people do Have you ever seen that when you see a car commercial that goes and it's JB Power, and they show a trophy?
Yeah.
Or if you walk into a hotel and go, it's JB Power, whatever trophy. I think they did the same exact thing. Like, what does that even mean? Nobody gives a shit. You just see JB Power or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay, they got that award. We don't check. I think that's
interesting.
I don't
really.
Yeah.
But
what
some
the hell
of those things,
is that?
like car and driver, some of those things are like, it's funny because John's internet handle covers up the end of his pen. So it looks, when he puts his pen, it looks like he's smoking a pipe. I thought he was smoking a pipe for.
There's a horn. I'm going to have an ascot and just a big leather chair.
Vaping over there.
Professor Heffron, what are your feelings?
Well,
yeah, let's do that for real. Because Greg, well, I don't know if you heard this part. We actually did buy the URL World Podcast Federation. And
wow. Yeah.
We actually own that one.
Yeah.
As a joke. And we ranked ourselves so we could tell people it's legit. Go look it up on the internet.
Yeah.
So we made a website.
Is there really a website?
Yeah. If you type in World Podcast Federation, number 1 is Heffron and Reep.
Is there any other one?
Yeah, we put other ones on there to make it look like a real list. And so it's got some crazy thing. It says, the World Podcast Federation is a consortium of professional podcast people who use crazy algorithms to come up with the best. It's some bullshit that Alan made up, which is really good, by the way. But people believe it when I tell them. They go, "Oh yeah." So this is what John was talking about. Is even better. Oh, Alan can pull it up. Here it is.
Ridiculous, man.
Look, Greg, that's it. That's it.
You guys are dirtbags. I'm looking at it right now, man.
Yeah.
You guys.
We'll get rid of that number 3. And we'll just, Birdcast on there. Yeah, take him off of 4.
You might Saget may not stay there for very long.
Rob
I
Lowe's
forgot
on there.
Saget was up there.
Oh,
This American Life is number 6 behind
Tiger Valley. We have Tiger. Yeah, we got to do some stuff. We got to get rid of. But yeah.
Oh, Rob Lowe's number 7.
Yeah.
From Dayton, Ohio. Rob Lowe, actually.
Oh, shout out Rob Lowe.
Oh, I know.
We'll leave Rob Lowe on there. And then it's just people we can tag. Let's move Bird off. He's doing okay. We'll put Nate 6, put Rogan 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come up with an appropriate list. I want to ask you guys.
I didn't think you guys really did this, man.
Yeah. So we've done the podcast part of it, but not the who's who, like in stand up. So that's what I'm saying. Maybe we make it more about stand up.
The World Podcasting Federation is made up of a consortium of podcasters and media specialists from around the world and is committed to ranking the best podcasts available on the earth. You guys. Now I thought we were kidding, but you guys may have it in you to do that who's who thing, and I cannot be a part of that.
We're gonna do it.
We
might make it part of this website, because now I'm thinking you have the World Podcast Federation, then just the next page would be and also the who's who, and then we just list people with backlinks to all that. So, and we just hashtag everyone's name, John, and just see how much traffic we can get this site, and then we'll sell the website.
We're dangerously close to the guys that charge for comedy schools, that guys that aren't funny for comedy schools, and then tell them there's 13 levels, and you're a level 13 now, but you have qualified to get into our conservatory, which
and then John, what if we start putting out statements next time there's a big to do about a podcaster? I think the World Podcasting Federation should release a statement about whatever it is going on.
Oh, that's so good.
And then
it's an official statement about like if Rogan's in the news.
Yeah, Rogan will be in the news.
What does the World Podcasting Federation think about this Joe Rogan nonsense?
And then we have it. And then for $20, I can go on Fiverr.com, and there's people that release press releases.
Really?
So for $20, we'll release a press release about whatever, and it'll end up in like so many different, and I guarantee you we get quoted in something.
Dude. Oh, why are we not doing this as of tomorrow?
Heffron really has the mind of like a scam artist, man.
Yeah, dude. You wouldn't be the first person to have said that. Yeah.
That's right, baby. Got in this far. That's awesome, dude.
What are those shows you see when you're getting ready for a show about money? Like they're always like, and this Tampa, Florida was a time for like those, corrupt money shows.
Yeah.
You know ones I'm talking about?
Yeah, that guy's voice. Yeah, you almost hit it. The guy's voice.
Yeah, but I sit there and take notes. So I'm like, okay. Okay.
All right. So look, this day in history in 1980, we like to talk about the 80s, Mr. Warren.
I'm with you, man. That's my time.
Yeah, I love it. Some of my favorite music from the 80s. So in 1980, this thing happened. Dolly Parton brought the full range of her talents to bear on a project that would cement her crossover from country music to mainstream superstardom. That project was the movie 9 to 5.
Oh man.
Yes. So I wasn't even thinking of this, but when I think Dolly Parton, I mean, she's all over the news still. Like she's great, right? She just paid for everyone who works at her resort, her amusement park, to go to college. Like she's going to pay their full tuition. Like everyone loves Dolly. I don't know anyone who goes, screw that bitch.
My friend has a son or a baby girl. No, is a daughter, a baby girl, like infant, less than a year old. And his wife was telling me that Dolly Parton has a thing where you can just, if you just write to Dolly or her foundation, you can get free books for your child for like the first 5 years of their life. Dolly just sends you books. Yeah,
she's great. I mean, honestly, and she's been, I think John Heffron just crapped out on us because this happens, Greg. John's like, he's out in the middle of nowhere in Michigan, this big farmhouse.
Right.
And he's up in his attic.
Yeah.
And sometimes his internet's so bad, even when it's plugged in, that it's better for him to use his phone as a hotspot.
Oh, really?
So he's out in the middle of nowhere. Or he didn't plug his laptop in. And his laptop
he just thought of a new scam and just had to get going. He just had to get on it, man.
So he had to bounce. But when I think of Dolly, I think of I Will Always Love You. You know, like people think, but I don't know. When you think Dolly, what's the first thing that comes to your head? Is it 9 to 5?
It's probably 9 to 5. Yeah. I mean, I think it's 9 to 5.
That movie, did you like the movie?
Yeah, who's that guy? The guy Dabney
Coleman.
Yeah, God, Dabney Coleman, man, he's great. Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. One of my favorite character actors from the 80s was Dabney Coleman. This dude was such a good asshole in any movie.
Yeah, every movie, man.
Yes.
What did he say? There was one movie. What movie was? I'm a goddamn good-looking American.
Yeah.
What was that? What movie was that?
That is with Nell Carter was in that movie. It's Chevy Chase movie called Modern Problems.
Oh, that's a good movie, man. That's a great movie.
He gets these crazy skills from following a sewage, like a toxic waste truck.
And somehow
they go stay at a beach house.
And he does something to
and he
Coleman.
He uses his powers to embarrass him at a dinner, picks him up and spins him around and puts his face in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And he stands up and he's got mashed potatoes coming off his face. He goes, "Stop looking at me like I'm a freak. I'm not a freak. He's a freak." He goes, "I'm a goddamn good looking man." That's one of the best. Okay, real quick, John, welcome back. But I got it. Now we're on this tangent. One of my other favorite Dabney Coleman moments is from that film too, where it's the sign of a real douche, right? Like he's so good at it, right? So Chevy Chase's character gets to the beach house first, and so he takes this certain room with his girlfriend, right? Dabney Coleman shows up later, who's like an important author or something. And he walks in and he sees that Chevy Chase is taking his room, what he thinks is his room. He goes, "Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, no. This is all wrong." He goes, see, I stay here. This is my room. And then like Chevy Chase is like, okay, I'm sorry. And he starts moving out. And then as he's moving out, this is the move. As he's moving out, he stops him. He goes, listen, I don't want you to leave because you're weak. I want you to know it's because I'm right.
He was such a prick and everything, man.
Was he
the dad in Boy Meets World? Or no,
I can't remember. I
that
don't really
actor
remember
looks
that
the
movie
same,
too much.
But I don't think that's him. No, Boy Meets World was that sitcom with
Fred Savage.
Yeah, Fred Savage. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, he was great in 9 to 5. Great.
Yeah.
Anything he did in the 80s was great. I think him and now I'm drawing a blank. There was another guy who had a talk show too that was a good prick. He was with Steve Martin in The Jerk, or Lonely Guy. He was Steve. Steve Martin.
Was it Charles Grodin?
Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin's Midnight Run is my favorite movie. Probably my favorite comedy ever made.
Yeah.
We
should do a Dabney Coleman, Charles Grodin marathon.
Man, Grodin. With Grodin and Carson, it was amazing the stuff that he did. Yeah, like he would just give it to Carson.
And David Letterman.
Letterman too, right? Yeah.
Letterman always would, because Grodin was so like, just still like he didn't move. He was just monotone and would just sit there and, with a smug look on his face, like he was annoyed by everything. But such a good sense of humor. There was a good scene with Steve Martin and Charles Grodin. I believe it's in Lonely Guy I forgot what movie it was. But they're just sitting on a bench together and they can't figure out why they're such losers. And they just do an improv scene where it's like, and I found out later they just kind of riffed on this. He said something like, why do bums always have a good head of hair? Like it's always guys who have money and are trying hard, families, they lose their hair, but these bums are walking around. They got such full, thick, nice, beautiful hair. He's like, yeah, I don't know. And they just do this whole scene. And I'm like, I started thinking that's true. There's a lot of homeless guys with good hair.
It is true, isn't it? You know what? You guys, I heard you when I was off air, but I heard you guys talking about that movie, Dave.
Yeah.
Do you remember Grodin was Dave's friend, his accountant friend, who when Dave was president, he took all the the books over to Dave to look at Grodin. And Grodin was like, he was so dead. He's like, you're going to get in a lot of trouble over this, man. You're going to.
I just love him. Welcome back, John. What happened, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it went down. The computer, it's plugged in. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, so. Grodin's comic. Grodin's daughter's a comic.
Really?
Yeah, in New York. And God, I feel bad because I forgot her name, and she's really cool. Like, yeah, I when I was living in New York, I did shows with her a bunch. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, here, I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah.
Charles Grodin's daughter. Also, it's President's Day, and we were talking about our favorite presidents. I said mine was Reese Witherspoon from the movie Election. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I know. I think I saw parts of it. She was just
great.
She was a little kid in that movie, right? Or just
she was a high school girl that was just a real like annoying chick.
Matthew Broderick.
Broderick was great in it.
Yeah.
Charles Grodin daughter. I'm looking it up right now. Marion Grodin.
Marion. Yeah. She's really cool, man.
Yeah. She was a staff writer for 2 network sitcoms, was later hired by 20th Century. She sold 6 screenplays.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she's doing good.
Yeah. I just knew her.
You met her?
Oh yeah, man. We did sets together in New York all the time. She's just a
wow.
comic, and she doesn't ever talk about her dad. I wanted to, trust me, but I never.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at her. She's blonde, and he was brown hair. They do have a little bit. You can tell there's some similarity in the face.
Yeah.
The mouth is the same. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, she was real nice. I mean, she's probably our age, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Real cool girl. I didn't.
I
know
wonder
her
who
that
the
well.
mother was. Like, was that another actress that he was with, or
I never knew who
curious.
was he. Yeah, he probably. Grodin had to have done
It could have been a lot of
the 70s. In the 70s, being a
Right.
celebrity, I mean,
right.
if you, in the 70s, if you were just a guy with a hot tub and a van, you were probably like, you know.
Yeah.
But Grodin was, yeah, that guy.
Who's
He was in movies with Farrah Fawcett, I think, a lot too.
Oh, Goldie Hawn, Farrah
yeah,
Fawcett.
Goldie Hawn. Seems like old times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. What's the guitarist behind you, Greg? I meaning to ask you this.
That is Warren Oates, and he's from the Greg Allman Band.
Right.
I'm doing this. Not Warren Oates. Warren Oates is.
Well, I was going to say an almond. It looks like an almond brother.
It's Warren Haynes. I said Warren. Warren. Do you guys know who Warren Oates is?
Well, when you said Warren Oates, I thought that's not that's not Hall and Oates. That guy's too big to be.
It's Warren Haynes from the Greg Allman, from the Allman Brothers Band. Do you know who Warren Oates is?
No.
Warren Oates is the Sarge from Stripes. That's who Warren Oates is.
The Sarge. Oh.
Sergeant Holka. That's Warren Oates.
Does he play a guitar?
No, he doesn't. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's Warren Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so you're a big Allman Brothers fan?
No, I mean, I like him just from what Tim Wilson told me when I used to work. He would tell me about him. But I've been doing this thing on the Bob and Tom show. I call it the Warren Report every Monday. And they make me, I just go on. I mean, they'll make me, it's fun. I get to talk about stuff, but I try to have a different Warren picture behind me every week. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm running out, but I got Warren Sapp coming up. I did Warren Beatty. I did
Warren G.
I haven't gotten a picture of Warren G yet, but I'm on it, and I'm trying to, like, I'm running out. Warren G. Harding, actually, I have him, who's president. And then I do have Warren Oates. That's probably
that would be it's President's Day. So maybe when you going back on Bob and Tom?
I did it today, and I had Warren Buffett on today, and I was just too lazy. I had already put up Buffett, and I thought what you thought. I'm like, no, it's President's Day. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna put up Buffett. And then I'm gonna start cheating. I do have like a big poster from Cherry Pie, the band Warrant, which is not quite there, but
I went to high school with a guy named Warren Wilson. I can send you his.
Yeah, man, send Warren stuff in, man. We're getting there real quick.
Yeah, you should just start like renting that out to other Warrens who just want to be on the Bob and Tom show.
See, everything about both you guys is money.
Yeah.
Well, John has seeped into my head.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, you put the Warren thing, and then when they go, "Who is that?" Bob, when those guys ask you, you go, "Well, this is Warren so and so. He's part of the Who's Who of podcast." And then you give a double plug, and we'll double sell that spot. So, like, if your name's Warren, we could kind of double dip on that. So.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see why you guys did better than I did in this industry, man.
Hey, we usually wrap it up right around now, but real quick, I just thought I'd share this with you guys. So in my town, this magazine here, it's a little newspaper called The Focus. It's sort of like what's going on around town, hot spots if there's a band playing or a DJ somewhere. And this has been in my town since I can remember, right? And I can't believe they're still out there. It's free. You get it at a gas station. And it's paid for by local businesses that put ads in it. But on page 3, they've always had a beauty, like a pretty girl. Yeah. They've always said page 3 beauty is this girl and so. And I thought, like, now that I moved back home, I wonder if I could be a page 3 beauty.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
So I did it as a joke, sort of a goal on the Country-ish podcast. And I'm going to talk more about this tomorrow, but I thought I'd show it to you real quick. Page 3 beauty. Yours truly right there.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Hold on, man. I can't. I'm trying to. I see it's the Costanza pose.
Yes, it's the Costanza pose. I've got moccasins on. I'm wearing Calvin Klein underwear and a cowboy hat.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That is. Did you? So you just got a photographer and sent it in?
Yeah, we made a whole thing about it. I had all my other guys who helped me out with the Countryish podcast.
Oh, that's
we took
beautiful.
sexy photos. We sent it in. I had everybody like, all right, send the same photo, copy and paste, say this, send it to this email. And they got their inbox flooded with this same image from other people. And she sort of like had to throw in the towels, like, fine, just stop having people email me. I'll put you up there. And so I am now a page 3 beauty.
Oh, that's great, man.
You got to use that as your intro.
That's right.
Yeah, man. That is
This guy's part of the who's who of podcasting and is a page 3
beauty.
Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with Byron Allen stuff, and you guys are.
Yeah.
I should lighten up on Byron Allen. He was nice enough to put me on his show.
By the way, the guy's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He's okay. Yeah, he's
Isn't
trying
he?
to buy a football team, actually.
He did what?
He's trying to buy a football team. Like the
yeah,
Colts or something.
Byron Allen is?
Yes. Greg,
Yeah.
he's got so much money now.
Yeah.
He's a genius. I mean, he's always been nice and kind of funny, but really he's like a mogul. He's like I mean, his whole format was, I'm going to buy up late night TV space and do my own infomercial, but the infomercial is going to be a show that I produce. And so he's just he figured something out and has made bank on it, right, John?
Yeah, that's exactly how he did it. He had a couple sitcoms that just every market, they were on every market 24 hours a day, all that stand up. And then he sold ads within the hour of time that he got. So,
wow.
We should have him on. We should have him on, and then we'll pitch.
He was
him.
nice. I mean, I remember him being nice. I mean, he was real nice.
We'll pitch him some of our business ideas, John. See what he thinks.
Okay, I like it.
I guarantee he's gonna be like, Heffron, you and I think alike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy the best. What's the show that he does when he interviews?
Comics Unleashed.
Comics Unleashed.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a website. Top 10 best comics on Comics Unleashed, and then
why don't we do leashed comics?
Leashed comics. Yeah.
Comics most least likely to succeed. All right, guys.
All right,
we're gonna wrap this one up. Greg, you want to plug anything real quick before we wrap this one up? Website?
No. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It was a lot of fun. You guys are hilarious.
Well, thanks for coming on, dude. We love you, and I'm happy to talk to you again. It's been too long, man. Check out GregWarrenComedy.com. That's his website. Lots to do there. Press, merch, contact, videos, keynote. I like you have a keynote.
I do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then John, what do you want to plug?
Nothing. HeffronandReep.com has dates. I will be in Indianapolis this weekend, whatever this weekend is.
Nice.
Right. And I will be in High Point, North Carolina at the High Point Theater.
Theater, right? I saw that online. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's a fun one. So
how often do you do your hometown? I know that's not your hometown, really.
It's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah,
I've done stuff here before, and it's fine. It works out great. John came and we did the whole thing out here, but it's kind of like I don't like doing it in my own hometown because I see these people all the time. Walking around. I don't want to walk around and see them like, oh, you saw me last week. I'm like, oh man, that new dad bit didn't work out so good, huh? I don't want to be around it. So I like leaving and coming back, Right. But thank you, Greg, for doing this. Love you, buddy.
Thanks,
check
guys.
out his website. All right, John Heffron is leaving. I'm leaving. We'll see you all next time. Bicycle.